delayed, so we will not join you just yet. Hello and welcome to finally we are going to get to see Canada versus Tunisia. It has been a long wait tonight, let's be honest. This game was supposed to kick off 90 minutes ago, but due to a weather issue with poor weather in Toronto, we have had to wait an hour and a half. But now we are set for the two sets of players to make their way out onto the pitch as Canada and Tunisia continue their preparations for the upcoming World Cup as they square off in an international friendly here at the BMO Field. The World Cup co-hosts are unbeaten in 5 straight games since a 1-0 loss against Australia in June 2025, whilst the North African Giants will be out to secure back-to-back victories since their poor outing in the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations. Canada turned in a fine show of fighting spirit in their second outing of the year on Saturday as they overturned the 2-goal first-half deficit to salvage a 2-2 draw against Iceland when the two sides met in a friendly here at BMO Field. Real Sociedad striker Ori Stein Oskarsson struck twice in a 12-minute spell to put Iceland 2 goals up heading into the half-time break, but Juventus' man Jonathan David converted 2 second-half penalties to force a share of the spoils. With the World Cup just 3 months away, Canada can take pride in their preparations so far, having picked up 4 wins and 3 draws from 8 friendly games. Since their shock quarter-final defeat against Guatemala in the CONCACAF Gold Cup back in June 2025. Jesse Marsh's men, who are unbeaten in 5 straight matches, will follow Wednesday's tie with a clash with Uzbekistan in their final warm-up game at BMO Fields on June the 2nd, 10 days before kicking off their World Cup campaign against Bosnia and Herzegovina, who beat Italy on penalties today. On the other hand, Tunisia kicked off the final stretch of their preparations for the 2026 World Cup on a positive note as they held out to see a 1-0 victory over Haiti when the two nations met in the first outing of the year on Sunday morning. Celtic midfielder Sebastian Tenetke struck on the 7th minute mark to put the North African Giants in front at BMO Field before they held on to repel Haiti and end their run of 3 consecutive matches without a win. This followed another disappointing outing in the Africa Cup of Nations, where Tunisia suffered a round of 16 exit at the hands of Mali on January the 3rd, 2 years on from their shock elimination in the group stages. Having managed just 2 points from 3 games in 2023 to finish rock bottom in Group E, Sabri Lamouchi's men finished with 4 points to clinch second place in Group C back in December before losing to Mali on penalties after a 1-1 stalemate over 120 minutes. Tunisia will now look to keep the juggernaut rolling as they ramp up preparations for the World Cup, where they have been drawn in Group F alongside Netherlands, Japan and Sweden, who beat Poland by 3 goals to 2 earlier on today. Well, last night now, technically. So both sides are out. We were told it was going to be in UK time 1:58 kickoff, but players are still out. The Canadians are singing their national anthem at the moment, which means we are stalling for now. But Canada and Tunisia both making plenty of changes ahead of this game. Canada lining up with a back 4 formation. In goal for them is Maxime Crépeau. It is a back 4 of Joel Waterman. He will be alongside Ralph Prisso. Richie Laria will be at left fullback and Nico Segur at right fullback. Ismail Kone is in the centre midfield alongside Marcelo Flores, whilst Nathan Dylan Saliba and Tani Oluwase are out wide, with Liam Miller and the captain Jonathan David leading the line for the Canadians. For Tunisia, plenty of changes for them as well. Abdel Mahib Shamak is in goal. There's a back four of the central defender. Mutaz Nafayeti is alongside Rani Kadira. It's Omar Rakik and Ala Gram are the two fullbacks. The captain Elias Sad is alongside Elias Shakiri and Ali Abdi in the midfield, whilst Anis Ben Slamani and Louis Ben Forhat are playing either side of the lone striker Safalai Latayev. So we're hoping that the weather will hold off now after all of the issues that we have seen. As on the bench for Jesse Marsh's team, it includes the sub-goalkeeper Dane St. Clair, of course, is usually the number one. He is alongside Kamal Miller, Luke de Figueroa, Jonathan Osorio, Jason Russell Rao, Daniel Jebison, Kyle Larin, Owen Goodman, Jaquil Marshall Ruti, Ali Ahmed, Bim Peppel, Junior Hoylett, Matui Shonare and Derek Cornelius. It's on the bench for Sabri Lamucci's side. Anis Sadi, Khalil Ayari, Ayman Darman, Raed Shikawi, Firas Shawiyat, Ismail Garbi, Nuruddin Fahati, Sebastian Tanetki, Gaef Saluni, Amin Ben Hamida, Ryan Alumi, Mohamed Belhaj Mahmoud, Edom Arus, Motada Ben Uanais and Omar Ben Ali make up the substitute bench for Tunisia. Canada without plenty of players, the likes of Alfonso Davis, Jaden Nelson, Promise Davis, Jacob Schaffelberg, Sam Adakaboog, Stephen Estaquao, Moise Bombito and Zohan Bassong have not been able to make the national side. So plenty of star names on show. Probably the biggest name for Canada, of course, is their captain Jonathan David, who does play for Juventus, but Ismail Kone, former Roma midfielder, plays in the midfield for Sassuolo. There's the Tani Oluwase, who's playing on the left side of the midfield for Canada. He usually plays up top for Villarreal. For Tunisia, just looking at their squad, probably their star player is their captain Elias Shakiri, but the Hanover attacker Elias Sad and the Norwich City midfielder Anis Ben Slamani are also big names, but of course they are without Hannibal Mejbri, who is not able for selection. So we are underway in the game with Tunisia kicking us off here against Canada here at this final preparation match. The referee today is Keylor Herrera. We are about to get underway. Danny Sojo and Luis Granados are the assistant referees. Fourth official is Brian Cruz. So down the right hand side, an early attack for Canada to go down the right flank, but unable to get there. Canada are in an all black strip, whilst for Tunisia they are in an all-white strip. Coming into this game, Canada have got a 29th world ranking in the FIFA World Rankings, whilst Tunisia are 47th. Expecting it to be a finely poised game, and it'd be interesting to see how the stoppage will have impacted the two teams. That is for sure, as it's going to be an early shot coming in on the right side by Liam Miller, who typically is a left-sided player, currently plays in England with the Championship side Hull City. Came through the system at Liverpool before making a move out to Charlton Athletic. Also had a loan spell out at Preston North End, where he won the Player of the Season, did Liam Miller. Looks like he's playing out at right midfield rather than his usual left midfield starting position. Here's Tunisia on the ball. It comes out to the left side with Ali Abdi. Looks like a 4-2-3-1 for Tunisia. Canada are on it. It's Joel Waterman who will just bring the ball out of the defence. Come out to the left side to Ali Abdi. He'll send it down the line. Now it's Tani Oluwaseyi. Oluwaseyi holds it up. He will bounce it back. It'll come to Flores, and the referee has just recognised that I think Oluwaseyi has come from an offside position, so the referee will give the free kick. Jesse Marsh already complaining to the fourth official. Ismail Kone is the man in the spotlight today. The ball goes out to the left side. It will go all the way back. It's now with the Tunisian central defender there, Nafati. Nafati on the ball. We'll just try and send it out to the right side. They will go chasing down the right flank. Unable to get there, so just runs out. Goes all the way forward now. Back into a central position. Out on the left flank. Under pressure is Ali Abdi, and this could be an opportunity for Liam Miller. Just trying to sneak in behind, but it's Ralph Prissot who'll get there just ahead of him and knock it out for what will eventually be a throw for Canada. Just trying to get used to Canada playing in an all-black strip. It feels right when the home side is wearing one of their away strips. Of course, traditionally would wear an all-red kit. Tunisia in their all-white strip today. There is Ismail Kone on the ball for Canada. Goes out to the left side, and it's Nathan Dylan Saliba tries to play it into Marcelo Flores, but a little bit too much on it, and it will run out for what will be a goal kick here. Short with the goal kick will Shamak. He'll just give it to Graham. Graham goes out to Ali Abdi, of course, is a notable player, plays for Nice out in France, 32 years of age. Ball goes in behind for Ben Farhat. There are shouts of whether there should be a free kick on the edge of the box as Ben Farhat was just surging forward there, but the referee was quite quick to wave it away. It's up to the left side now. They're out on the left flank. It is with number 22, Richie Lario. Richie Lario played inside for Jonathan David for an early strike. And it's a decent stop by Abdel Mahib Shamak down to his right side, making his Tunisian international debut today. Decent effort at goal by Jonathan David, but repelling it was Shamak, who got two strong wrists on the ball to push it out for a corner. But it's a good attacking start from Jesse Marsh's team as we're waiting for a corner to be delivered in. It's going to be whipped in. It's headed away inside the 6-yard box. Come all the way back to Liam Miller. Liam Miller will just shift it out to the right side now. It's Kone on the top of the box. Just tries to knock it forward. It will be blocked off. And then it's going to be another corner conceded. This time it is Ali Abdi who will just block it off. But at the moment, Canada are causing all sorts of issues for Tunisia. As Marcelo Flores comes over to take the corner, goes short, delivers in, headed over the bar. An early opportunity once again for the Canadians. But that, in the end, was not worrying Abdel Mahib Shamak as it just went over the bar. It wasn't a bad delivery in by Liam Miller, but it was headed over the bar by Nathan Dylan Saliba. Plays his club football out in Belgium with Anderlecht. Now the ball in the centre of the pitch. It will come out to the right side. It is just going to come to the left flank instead. And now stepping forward with it is Richie Laria. He comes forward. He is called Sabri Lamouchi. He is the Tunisia national manager, who will be familiar to England listeners. Of course, previously managed Nottingham Forest and Cardiff City, both in the English Championship. Managed Nottingham Forest and was praised for fantastic work, but they eventually, on the last day of the season, dropped out after spending the majority of the season in the playoff spots. They finished 7th. Lamouchi then lost his job. It wasn't as much of a successful spell for him in Wales with Cardiff City, as he only lasted 18 games in 2023, did Sabri Lamouchi, who is now the Tunisian head coach. This is only his second game in charge. Previously was managing Tunisian side Al Daraya, but he only had 10 games in charge in 2025 before being poached for this Tunisian job, because they sacked the previous manager after a real disappointing AFCON competition for them. So both Sabri Lamouchi and Jesse Marsh are on the edge of their dugout shouting out instructions. Ball will go all the way back to the goalkeeper, Abdelmahib Shamak, who's in an all orange goalkeeper kit. I'll just give it to Rani Khedira. And Khedira on it, and then he will just play it all the way back to the goalkeeper, and then it'll go out to the left side. Very patient on the ball at the moment. Comes out to the left flank, and it will be forced forward, and it will just run out for what will be a throw, as the ball was aimed towards Liam Miller, but back on it now, as it will come all the way back to the central defender. Here's Joel Waterman, now out to the left side with Richie Laria. Did have a spell at Nottingham Forest previously, did Richie Laria. He will just play it inside. There is Joel Waterman on it. Joel Waterman will give it in to Marcelo Flores. Now Ralph Prizzo on the ball. 10 minutes into this game, still level. It comes all the way back to Prizzo. Just play it inside to Joel Waterman, who plays his club football in the United States of America with Chicago Fire. And he joined them in a $375,000 deal. Still on it now. Going to come all the way out to the left side, Marcelo Flores, who's got red hair. It's dyed red hair, shall I say. Plaited as well. Flamboyant, shall we say. Goes out to the bleach blonde hair of Liam Miller out on the right side. He'll give it Nico Segor. Segor will just play it to the edge of the box. Now out to the captain, Jonathan David. They're still coming forward. It goes out to the left flank with Khedira, and Chilaria now is going to win a free kick. Just caught by Sefalai Latiev. It's going to be a wide free kick opportunity here for Canada on the 1st of April. April Fool's Day. Did think we were being fooled when we got told it was going to be a 90-minute delay. Hopefully no more delays in this game, as we're 10 minutes on the clock. I'm hoping that there will be no further delays in the game. It's Marcelo Flores. He's out on this left side, over to take. His right arm goes up in the air. He will send it in, but it will be comfortably collected by the Tunisian goalkeeper, Abdelmahib Shamak. He will quickly throw it out, and there could be an attacking opportunity here for Tunisia. It will be just a tackle that goes in. It will run out for a throw. Nico Segor is convinced that it should have been a throw to the host, but the visitors have got it from Mr. Herrera, the referee today. 60% of the ball so far for the Canadians. 10 degrees, it's been raining heavily here in the 36,000 capacity stadium here at the Bamo Field. Canada have come in as the favourites. Haven't lost in 5 matches, have the Canadians. Their last 5 games, drawn with Iceland, beat Guatemala, lost by 2-0 against Venezuela, before drawing goalless against Colombia and Ecuador. I actually commentated on that game between Canada and Colombia. It was one of the worst games I've ever seen in my entire life. Whilst for Tunisia, their last game was a 1-0 victory against fellow World Cup participants, Haiti. Did, of course, end in disappointing fashion in the AFCON as they were eliminated by Mali. They drew 1-1 in that game before eventually losing on penalties. Their AFCON competition also included a 3-1 victory against Uganda, a draw against Tanzania, which was really disappointing, and a 3-2 loss against Nigeria. Tunisia have made history by the first team ever to go an entire World Cup qualifying campaign without conceding. Unfortunately, they were unable to bring that defensive prowess into the African Cup of Nations with Tunisia, as Ismail Kone is just fouled on the edge of the box, so Herrera will give the free kick. Joel Wardman tries to take it quickly, but the referee will tell him he needs to take it from the correct position. So at the moment it does feel like Canada are looking to rely on their wide players and get them involved a little bit more. Comes into a central position. It's now in the midfield. Referee still watching on. Ball comes all the way back to Ismail Kone on the ball. Kone with it. Will play it inside. Now it's into the middle. Comes across and just run out for a throw, which Richie Laria will come over the take. So Ismail Kone just wins a free kick in his own half. Yeah, Miller come all the way back, come to Marcelo Flores. Nathan Dylan Saliba goes out to the right flank. Tunisia will go inside with it now. It will be played back across. And then it's just going to be a throw for Ali Abdi, who will quickly pick up the ball. The referee's going to try and tell him to take it from the correct position, though. Now it's out on the right flank, just trying to take on the defender for Tunisia is Tani Oluwase, but it's a good tackle that goes in. Corner will be given, shall I say. So a quarter of an hour into the game now. I just tried to push forward down that right side, but it was a good strong challenge that eventually did end up going in. So, packed inside the 6-yard box, although the delivery is out swinging and it will be cleared away by Tunisia as we're a quarter of an hour into the game now. Out on the right flank, it will be pulled back, and it's with Tunisia now on the left side. As Tunisia are on it, just trying to wriggle out of a bit of trouble. It will eventually be booted away. All the way back in, and then there's just a foul going in on Nico Segor. Born to Croatian parents was Segor. He plays out in Croatia with Hadžić Split. So now back out to the right flank, this time with Liam Miller. There is Liam Miller on the ball. Decent footwork, crosses the ball in. Tunisia are able to clear it away. Now there's an opportunity perhaps for Tunisia to break forward. It is going to go in behind, but the goalkeeper is out of his goal. That's excellent goalkeeping by Maxime Crepeau, who it's his first touch, in fact, since coming onto the pitch for what is his 30th international appearance today. Maxime Crepeau just out and was able to deal with it. Very impressive goalkeeping there, we must say. Now the inside, it's going to go all the way back. It's back with it. And it's Crepeau who'll just give it to Joel Waterman. There is Waterman, goes across. Nathan Dylan Saliba on the ball. Nathan Dylan Saliba will just play it out to the left side. And now they'll go down the left flank, trying to create a potential opening. Tani Oloisei will eventually lose it, and then coming forward with it is Mutas Nefati. And he's brought down by Nathan Dylan Saliba. And I tell you what, if this wasn't an international friendly, I think Dylan Saliba may get booked on that occasion. But with it being a friendly, I think Mr. Herrera, the referee, will be lenient, which it looks like he is. So it's a free kick for Tunisia. I'm just going to go inside with it. It's back into a defensive position now, and it'll go all the way back to the goalkeeper. It's knocked all the way forward. There's a potential issue there, but the referee will allow play to continue. Out on the right flank, the referee, though, now is going to put the whistle to his mouth, and he's just going to stop it. Seen something he's not happy with, so he's just, oh yeah, bit of a late challenge going in on Mutas Nefati, who is down on the floor. So there is an element of concern here for Nefati. He's being offered to get back up to his feet. There are plenty of players around there. Jesse Marsh just speaking to Ismail Kone. Just having a bit of a conversation. Nefati helped back up onto his feet. So it does look like he's going to be okay to continue. Sabri Lamucci is on the edge of his dugout here, shouting out instructions. So it's a good atmosphere inside the stadium for what is a friendly. It looks like both sets of players are enjoying what they're doing out there at the moment. This ball comes into the midfield here for Canada. We're 20 minutes into the game now. She's going to be clipped out to the left side. They're coming forward here, trying to take on the Tunisian fullback, but it's well tackled by the Tunisian fullback, and now there's potentially an opportunity for them to break forward. Plenty of players. Goes out to the left side. They're on the edge of the box. It's a shot at goal by Elias Shaqiri, but it will eventually end up just going into the hands of the goalkeeper, and it will be a comfortable one for the shot stopper Maxime Crepeau to make. Just a shot straight down the centre of the goal, and the man in all yellow, Maxime Crepeau, can just collect it to his chest. Here is Canada with it now. It will go out to the left flank. There is Canada on the ball. Comes all the way back into a defensive position. Out to the right side. It's into Ismail Kone. Ismail Kone back into the midfield. Send it back across. It's Miller who's got Plenty of joy at the moment down the right side whenever he's got on the ball. Really enjoyed himself. So we'll play it back across. And now it comes into the midfield. It's Nathan Dylan-Saliba. Now Flores. Now Richie Laria just getting on the ball in a left fullback position. Now short ball into Jonathan David. A little bit loose in it, and there was an opportunity there for Tunisia to break forward, but to the credit of Nathan Dylan-Saliba, he quickly got back in. Now they've got it on the edge of the box. Now it will be a cross that comes in, and it's going to fall out to Tani Oluwase with the effort. But that does go over the bar. That was a good opportunity there for Oluwase as it came down to him. He hit it on the volley, but he has eventually just sent it over the bar. It was just knocked down, and the Villarreal striker just lacked a little bit of composure. It was Jonathan David who just tried to bounce the ball back to him, which was nice play by him. It did just bounce down, but tell you what, if he hits the target there, he's running away celebrating. Here's Tani Oluwase, but he has just put it over the crossbar, which will frustrate him. Now they've got the ball in the midfield, have Canada. Nathan Dylan-Saliba will knock it on. It's up to David. It's going to go out to the left flank now. Richie Laria. Very attacking as a left fullback. It's just going to be cut out. It will be cleared away. All the way up in the air. Now in the midfield, they're going to try and go down their right side. That's an excellent challenge that goes in. And now it is number 3 for Canada, Ralph Priso, who's remained down on the ground as the 23-year-old, the Vancouver Whitecap defender, who straight away put his hand up in the air as if to say that he felt an injury. So his hand went straight up, and there was certainly a bit of concern for him. Really unfortunate. Of course, big opportunity for Ralph Priso coming in today. What is only his second ever international appearance, so if he is to come off here, it will be a big concern for him. Sabri Lamouchi is now speaking to his Tunisian players. He's called them over. He's very animated. Of course, it's only his second ever game in charge. It's his first ever international break for Sabri Lamouchi. So very animated down there, speaking to his players. The medical staff are on, seeing to Ralph Priso now. As I was saying, hopefully this is nothing too serious. Looks like he's being stretched out, and with it being an international friendly, it's not really the situation where you want to take a risk. It's quite emotional as he gets back up onto his feet now. So he straight away reached for his hamstring. I say he's not had the greatest of luck. So we're hoping that he will be okay. Ralph Priso is going to make his way off the pitch here in the 27th minute. And coming on for him is Kamal Miller. So an emotional exit for Priso, as we say, all his second ever international appearance for the 23-year-old. But coming on for him is a man who regularly starts. 52nd international appearance for the Portland Timbers defender. Kamal Miller, who joined the Timbers for 472,000. But now an opportunity for Canada down the right side. Jonathan David links up with Liam Miller, effort at goal. Well saved once again by Shamak. Just pushing the ball away, but the team in black will continue to come forward. They're on the edge of the box. Tunisia trying to clear it away. It's going to come out to the right side. Nico Segur with the effort from distance and tipped over the bar by the Tunisian shot stopper as a powerful effort came in at goal. And Abdel Mehib Shamak just tips it over the bar. It was a decent chance for Liam Miller as he got down the right hand side. Perhaps could have done better. It was pushed away by the goalkeeper, who did well as the ball came across to him, and then it came out to Nico Segur from distance and it was tipped over the bar. The referee actually has got out a yellow card. I'm not exactly sure who for. I think the Sassuolo midfielder Ismail Kone may have picked up a yellow card, which will be interesting. Just trying to wait for confirmation until we bring you that one, but it certainly does look like it's Ismail Kone. So we're waiting for a delivery now. It's going to come in. It's going to be headed at goal. It will eventually end up in the hands of the goalkeeper, Abdel Mehib Shamak, and he will throw it out. Now it is number 23 on the ball, Safaria Letiev. Plays his club football out in Germany with Greuther Fürth, and it's Tani Aloisei with the foul, and he is the second player to pick up a yellow card. And you know, typically with international friendlies you don't really see yellow cards getting distributed, but the Villarreal attacker Tani Aloisei picks one up. I'm not sure about that one. It seems a little soft for me. Goes for a ball. He's a fraction late. I'm not sure we really need to see a yellow card in this game, but just a couple of minutes ago Canada had an opportunity from the corner, but it was headed straight at the goalkeeper Abdel Mehib Shamak. Now they come down the right side. A cross will come in, but it will go comfortably into the hands of Maxime Crepeau, who is in an all-yellow kit today. Here's Crepeau. He will then roll it out. Go out to the left side now. Now, it is a rain-delayed final friendly today. Now it is out to the left side. It comes to Kamal Miller again. His first touches since coming onto the pitch. And Jonathan David, who is looking the touchline down there. He's on the ball, goes out to the left side. There is Richie Laria. Laria tries to get across, but just comes inside. And he'll go out for a cross into the box. Tani Aloisei tried to get his head to it. It has eventually just drifted out for a goal kick. It was the delivery that came in towards Tani Aloisei, who tried to direct his header towards goal. Does end up going wide of it. So now it is back with Tunisia on the ball in a central position. Ball will come into the midfield. Now it's out to the left flank. So ball goes out to the left flank. towards Ali Abdi. Plays his club football out of France with Nice. Very good pass though, and then it will come all the way back. Now it's with Kamal Miller. Miller goes out to the right side. Liam Miller will think about taking on Ali Abdi, but then come all the way back to Kamal Miller. Miller's ball out to the left side, too much on it, so Flores unable to get there. Now it's out to the left side. Now it's out on the right flank. Now it's all the way back. John Waterman will get there, and Waterman will just send it all the way back to his goalkeeper, who will boot it forward. Now it's all the way back, and there is the goalkeeper once again, Maxime Crepeau, who will get out. So we'll just roll it out. Roll it out to the right side. There's Canada on the ball. All the way out to the right flank. Now Miller down the right side, crossing it in, but Jonathan David or Tani Oluwase, neither of them were there. So ball is with Tani Oluwase. Bit of a loose touch taken by him. Comes all the way back to Kamal Miller now. Now it's all the way back. The goalkeeper is out and comes out to collect it. Decent goalkeeping. Quickly kicks it away. In fact, does Shamak. Now the ball is in the centre. There's Ismail Kone. Ismail Kone on the ball for his team. Now it's with Kamal Miller. There's Kamal Miller. It's in the centre of the pitch. It's out to the left flank. It's still patient on it. Now they're going to carry it forward. Comes out to number 26 for Canada. Is this going to hang it up towards the far post? Is Marcelo Flores. Then it will be headed away. Now there's an opportunity on the counter-attack for Tunisia. One-on-one with the goalkeeper. This has to be 1-0. He's going to be selfless. He's going to pass it to Anis Ben Slimani. And it's incredible defending by Liam Miller. The Hull City attacker getting back with a last-ditch block, and it's celebrated by this crowd and his manager Jesse Marsh like he's just scored a last-minute winner. That is absolutely tremendous defending by Liam Miller, getting back in. One-on-one with the goalkeeper. He's selfless. It's not a good pass into Anis Ben Slimani by number 23, Latayev. And there is Liam Miller at full stretch, able to prevent Tunisia from taking the lead in this game. Absolutely exceptional defending. He stood straight back up onto his feet, Liam Miller. Big celebration from him, and who can blame Liam Miller? So, corner to come in from the far side, all the way to the far post. There is Kamal Miller who will head it away. 36 minutes on the clock here. Still goalless between Canada and Tunisia. Now, it'll come all the way back to Ali Abdi. Still time to go in this game. Come all the way across. Liam Miller and potentially been brought down there. Referee will just give a free kick by the looks of things. So it will be a free kick for the goalkeeper. It comes over the take. Out on this right side, Maxime Crepeau. Crepeau comes over and launch it forward, making just his 30th start today. That's Miller. He'll play it off. And then it is Sad who will just get across, and it's decent defending by him. That'll be a throw now for Canada. Lataif is out on that right flank because Segor is over the take. Segor will just throw it inside. It'll come into the middle and then it will be clipped over the top. On the way back to the Tunisian defenders, Rani Kadira. Thought about going back to his goalkeeper, but just goes out to Ali Abdi on this left flank. Got the ball in the centre of the pitch. It does go out to the right side. There is Liam Miller. Liam Miller just tries to drive inside. He's well tackled though. Now it is towards Al Taif. Al Taif. Nico Segor is trying to double up. Is there a penalty there? But straight away the referee in turquoise just waves it away. Now Tunisia still with it out on the left flank here at Beaumont Field. Come all the way to the edge of the box now. Now the captain, Skakiri, will come back inside. And it will go back into Nafati. Nafati will give it to Omar Rakik. Omar Rakik felt he was brought down. Looks like it's going to be a throw instead of a free kick. Richie Laria seems baffled by that decision. That was decent defending by Nico Segor just beforehand. Him and Joel Waterman were doubling up on Lataif, who was just trying to surge forward there for Tunisia. So it'll be a long throw opportunity here, level with the 18-yard box. Those Tunisian supporters that have made their way over to this stadium are making fantastic noise down there, getting behind their players. It's going to be a long throw. It will be headed away. It's going to come out for an effort, but that's poor by Ali Abdi. He hit it on the volley, but didn't really get any good connection on it. Oh, Marcelo Flores is across, and he brings down a Tunisian player. Marcelo Flores is a player that I enjoy watching. Of course, he plays with Tigres Unofficial in Mexico. Actually made 3 international appearances for Mexico, has Flores, who's just 22 years of age. Said he's got flamboyant red hair as he. As we enter the 40th minute of this game, Flores said made his international debut in December 2021 for Mexico. Has recently changed his allegiance to Canada. As recently as the Copa America, he was involved in the squad in 2024, but has changed his allegiance. Played in the 2-2 draw against Iceland, so this is only his second ever appearance. Scored 3 goals in the Mexican top division this season though. I previously remember him from playing with Arsenal, came through the youth system there before making a move to Real Oviedo, those who were partly owned by the Aston Villa manager Unai Emery. And then in September 2023 made the move, as I say, for £706,000 to Tigres UNL, who are currently 7th in the Liga MX. 13 points adrift of Guadalajara. So Nico Segor continuing his run down the right side. It's a good sliding challenge that goes in. Just going to go out for a corner now as we enter the final few minutes of normal time, as the Tunisian players are getting back into the 18-yard box to defend. So we're waiting for a delivery to come in. So we're waiting for it. The referee clearly has seen something that he doesn't like, so we're just speaking to the players down there. Still waiting for it to come in. Will it? Now it will. All the way to the edge of the box. It's going to be headed away, and then it's just going to go out for what will be a goal kick. Referee instantly pointing towards the 6-yard box to indicate that it will be a goal kick. The goalkeeper, Maxime Crapeau, will take. I'll just go inside. And it's René Cadera. They've not got Elias Saad or Elias Shaqiri, two of the key players for Tunisia, involved enough here. Canada have dominated the ball. They've had 8 shots compared to the 3 of Tunisia. As I say, 63% of it. 4 on target. Just the 2 on target for Tunisia, which one of them was incredibly stopped by Liam Miller. The supporters have been here such a long time. They were expecting the game to kick off 90 minutes earlier, but because of weather issues, there was a delay to the action. Here they are on the ball, out on the left flank now. It's just going to come back inside. Sounds like we're going to go into 2 minutes of additional time by the sounds of things. Ball all the way out on the left side now. It will be in the centre of the pitch. Now it's out on the left flank for Tunisia. We're going to try and go down the left side with Saad, but now opportunity perhaps for Canada to break forward. Liam Miller wins the ball. He goes inside to Tani Olasei. Now it just goes all the way back to Kamal Miller, the only change of the game we've seen so far. Now Miller back to Nico Segor. There's Segor on the ball, goes across. It's just going to be headed away. Go out for a throw. So we are going to find out how much additional time we get at the end of the first half here. So we're into 2 minutes of additional time. Liam Miller is over, collecting the ball, just drying the ball under his shirt. So we're waiting for the throw to come in. Miller with the long throw. Now Segura is in a battle down there. He's going to go across. Kone out on the right side. Jonathan David, but dribbles it out of play. Takes a heavy touch just as he tried to get past the Tunisian defence at the last moment. So out for a goal kick in the final minute now. And it looks like Abdel Mahib Shamak is going to send his team up and said we're going to go long from this one. So they're not going to be messing around with the ball in a defensive position. So it will be a long ball forward now. All the way up. Can't keep it in. Team's just still waiting on another opportunity, it looks like. Ball back across. Now in the centre of the pitch, Joel Waltman is there. He's across and he will head it out for his team. It's out on the right side. Now, that's across. That's back into a defensive position, and the referee will end it there. 47 minutes played. Still goalless, but plenty of positives for Canada, who were particularly strong in that first half. You can join us again in Hello and welcome back to the second half here between Canada and Tunisia. If you're thinking, why are we on so late? Well, it's because we had to kick off 90 minutes later because of the weather issues. There was lightning problems, so unfortunately the game was delayed for a lengthy stoppage, but we are back now here for this second half, of which in the first half it was a goalless draw. But if we're being truthful, Canada were the better team, and by quite a long way, I must say. They had 9 shots in comparison to the 3 of Tunisia, but we are underway here in the second half with Canada in their all-black strip, whilst Tunisia are in their all-white strip. We'll run you through the 2 starting lineups when we get opportunity to do so. Delivery goes in all the way across, and they're on the right side now are Tunisia, who tried to get rid of it. Now Canada with it out on the left side. Delivery goes in towards Tani Oluwase, but Tunisia are able to just boot it away for their team. Now comes all the way back to Richie Laryea. You may remember briefly had a spell with Nottingham Forest. Delivery goes in, it's headed away out on this left flank, and it came out to Nico Segor with the effort from distance, but was unable to keep it down. So it just came out to him on the half volley, it just sent it way over the bar, and it is pretty disappointing effort from Nico Segor, the player that was born to Croatian parents, making his 16th international appearance tonight is Segor. Plays his club football with Hajduk Split, previously had Igor Tudor as a manager, who recently has been sacked as the Tottenham Hotspur manager. Of course, they confirmed the appointment of Roberto De Zerbi today. Comes back out to the aforementioned Nico Segor on this right side, now with Liam Miller out on this right flank for Canada. It's going to come all the way back to Joel Waterman. Waterman will just play a short pass into Segor, and it'll be a good strong tackle that goes in, and then it'll come all the way back to Joel Waterman. He'll give it to the substitute Kamal Miller, who came on in the first half for Ralph Prizzo as he was injured. So unfortunately had to make his way off the pitch, as it's now Flores on the left flank. He's going to deliver it all the way in, but that will comfortably go into the hands of Shamak, who can come out and catch it. He'll then roll it out. Now there's an opportunity perhaps for Tunisia to break forward. It's a poor pass out on this left side, and it will just go out of play, and it will be a throw for the Canadians. The referee today is Herrera. It's getting pretty cold out there. Of course, the later start has not made things easier. Ball comes out to the left side with Richie Laryea. Laryea goes down the left flank. We'll just play a 1-2 with Marcelo Flores. Made Mexican international appearances. Was at the last Copa America as a Mexican player, but has switched his allegiance to come and play for Canada. So Schmack just gives it to Graham now with Omar Rakik, who came through the youth system with Arsenal. You may remember Omar Rakik having a loan spell in the northwest of England with Wigan Athletic. Central defender is Omar Rakik, making his 4th international appearance tonight for Tunisia. Ball goes over the top. Liam Miller tries to get there, and it's Graham who will get there first though, and Ala Graham is able to prevent it from running out for a corner. Now Ismail Kone, he felt that he was brought down. Herrera waves it away, so play does continue. There was 2 yellow cards in that first half, which we saw Tani Oluwaseyi received a yellow card for Canada for a late tackle. And it was also Elias Saad who went into the referee's notepad. It's an early yellow card given to the substitute Ayari. Khalil Ayari, who's just come on at half-time. We'll bring you up to date with the two teams. Sebastian Tenecki has also come on at half-time. So for Canada, in goal for them is Maxime Crepeau. It is a back four of Joel Waterman, Richie Laria, Nico Segur and Kamal Miller, who came on for Ralph Prizzo. It's midfield four of Ismail Kone, Marcelo Flores, Nathan Dillon Saliba and Liam Miller, whilst the captain Jonathan David and Tani Oluwaseyi are leading the line. For Tunisia, in goal for them is Abdel Mahib Shamak. Back four of Ala Gram, Omar Rakik, Mutas Nafati and Ali Abdi. It's a double pivot of Rani Kadira and the captain Elias Shakiri. Elias Saad, Anis Ben Slamani and Sebastian Tenecki, who's come on at half-time for Safale Letiaf, are behind the lone striker Khalil Ayari, who has come on for Louis Ben Farhat, who started the game as the lone striker. So Khalil Ayari, just 21 years of age, currently on loan at Stade Tunisien, on loan from the European club champions Paris Saint-Germain, and he's come on for his debut for Tunisia, has Khalil Ayari. A really good opportunity for him to impress. Well, Sebastian Tenecki, you may remember that name because he plays for Celtic out in Scotland. He joined them this summer in a £5.6 million deal, and Sebastian Tenecki has come on for his 9th international cap. So here is Canada on the ball. It's Nathan Dillon Saliba, plays it up towards Liam Miller on the ball. The ball's going to go all the way across. They're on it now. Now out on the right side, it's Canada going to play it all the way across, and the goalkeeper is just going to push it out. Dangerous ball across, but Shamak did well, just commanding his 6-yard box. So for Jesse March on their substitute bench, they have got Luke for the Groyles, although I'm just going to break away because there's a late tackle that goes in, and it is going to be a yellow card. It's going to be our 4th yellow card of the game, and for an international friendly, the referee has particularly been card happy, and it's Joel Waterman, I think it is, that's picked up the yellow card, or is it Nico Segur perhaps actually? I think it's Joel Waterman who has picked up the yellow card, so he joins Tani Oluwaseyi in the referee's notepad. Also got Elias Saad and Khalil Ayari, who have all been booked by the referee today. It was decent play by Liam Miller, getting down that right side, pulling the ball across, but the goalkeeper Shamak did well just to push the ball away for his side. So Joel Waterman has now got back up onto his feet. Looks like he's going to be okay, but because there was a bit of concern that he injured himself in the foul, but he has picked up a yellow card. 4th player of the game to be booked by Herrera. So we're 10 minutes into the second half now. Ball comes all the way back to Graham. He'll go all the way back to the goalkeeper in his orange strip, Shamak. Shamak will give it to Omar Rakik. Comes out to the Nice fullback, Ali Abdi. That's a strong challenge going in by Liam Miller. The referee is saying that he's used his forearm illegally to commit the foul. Jesse Marsh isn't happy about something. He's screaming in the direction of the referee. Is the former Leeds United manager. Not happy at all is the 52-year-old American who's been placed in charge of the Canadian national team. Really not happy at all at that decision being given. Liam Miller straight away put his hands on his head to say he was shocked. And we're going to get a plethora of substitutes now. A triple substitute for Tunisia is getting ready, and a triple substitute for Canada is getting ready to come on. Here is Tunisia on the ball. In a defensive position, it is Tunisia who could just go all the way back to their goalkeeper and just play it short. And now it's Rani Kadira. Kadira will just give it to Omar Rakik, who will step forward with it now. Now out on the left side, Tunisia trying to carry it forward. It's a loose pass, Liam Miller. Miller will just play it forward, and here is Ismail Kone coming forward now, down the left flank. Is he brought down? And it looks like he is, and it looks like we are going to see those substitutes happen now here in the 57th minute of this game. Once again, Jesse Marsh is not happy about something, but we are going to see them come on, so it's going to be number 21 for Tunisia, Mutas Nefeti, who's going to come off. We're also going to see Ali Abdi make his way off the pitch. Amin Ben Hamida is one of the players who is making his way on. So is Mohamed Belhaj Mahmoud. And also Rayan Alumi, the 18-year-old youngster that plays for Vancouver Whitecaps, will also be making his way onto the pitch. We're going to see Derek Cornelius coming on for Joel Waterman. He's just picked up a yellow card, so potentially the manager just trying to protect him. Also going to see Jonathan Osorio make his way on for Nathan Dylan Saliba, and the player that's currently with Preston North End in the Championship in England, Daniel Jebison, is going to be introduced onto the pitch. So both Jesse Marsh and Sabri Lamucci making a triple change. They are back in play now. A delivery will come in. It's going to be headed away inside the 18-yard box. Going to come all the way back into a defensive position now. Here is Canada. We can just pass it down the left side. It's with Ismail Kone. Ismail Kone on it. Oh, Jonathan David back to Kone, but then it's Anis Ben Slimani, the Norwich City attacker, who tries to keep it in play. It's just going to run out for what will be a throw for the visitors here. Once again, Jesse Marsh is not happy, furiously shaking his head. Not happy with something down there is Jesse Marsh, as it is going to be a throw for Tunisia. Thrown inside, it's going to be booted away by Kamal Miller. So Joel Waterman, who picked up that yellow card only a few minutes ago, is now being substituted off for the Canadians, so they can throw it down the line towards Daniel Jebison. Jebison with an opportunity perhaps to stretch his legs, gets to the byline, will cross it in. It's going to be a comfortable collection there for Shamak. Shamak with the ball in his hands now. Really sure what the thinking of Daniel Jebison was there. The ball will be rolled out. It was a really positive run actually by Daniel Jebison, but then not like it was just a disappointing cross by him in the end. Now Omar Rakik will just knock it forward. Now Daniel Jebison plays it off to Jonathan Osorio. He can carry the ball forward. Jonathan Osorio is right at home here in Toronto. In his 89th international appearance today is Jonathan Osorio. Of course, plays his club football here with Toronto. Back with Kone. Cagey at the moment between these two sides. It does go inside. Looks like just trying to delay down there, perhaps. Looks like a free kick will be given. As now Kone with a foul. So free kick has been given down there. So free kick out on this left flank. We're going to carry it forward. We're out Tunisia once again. He's inside. Out on this left flank. Cornelius. Onto the Scairi. Switches it out to the right side. All the way out to the right flank. Comes to Khalil Ayari. And he's gone down asking for a penalty. Although the referee's going to give a free kick the other way. And then Canada are going to try and get on with it quickly with Richie Laria. And he's wrestling on the ground with Khalil Ayari. So the referee's quickly made his way across just to calm things down there. It was Ayari. Oh, he is a dive. That is silly. Just 21 years of age. It's really naive of Khalil Ayari. He steps across Richie Larry and he chucks himself to the floor. Gets back up like he's got no guilt on his feet. That's embarrassing by Khalil Ayari, and it's a good decision by the referee to give the free kick the other way. I don't know whether he's given it for the dive though, because if he would have given it for simulation, then he would have given the yellow card for sure. Instead, it looks like he's given it for Ayari picking up the ball after he tried to win a penalty for his side. But once we've seen it back with the benefit of a replay, you can clearly see that that is an attempt to try and con the referee there. So ball comes out to the left flank now. It is Sebastian Tenecki, the Glasgow Celtic winger, but he is eventually tackled. And now an opportunity perhaps for Canada to come forward. Canada on it. It will be switched all the way out to the right side, aimed towards number 7, Khalil Ayari, who's just been involved in the thick of things, but he'll just run out. So Oliver Say was the man who came off for Daniel Jefferson. Jesse Marsh maybe just having a look at the Preston North End striker to see what he is made of, to see perhaps if he is a player that they can look for inspiration to. Ball in the centre of the pitch. We'll just run out. Referee just trying to calm things down there. Ball's going to be switched out to this left side. All the way out on the left flank now. They're going to carry it forward. It's back inside. Into a really good position. Now it's with Anis Ben Slimani. Comes all the way back into a defensive position now. It's going to be switched out to the left flank. Touched down by number 3, Amin Ben Hamida. Hamida touch taken out. So it was Ryan Elumi who came on for Nefati. Mustafa Nefati made his way off. Elumi, who is just 18 years of age, just a teenager. He's only played 30 minutes in the MLS this season for Vancouver Whitecaps, and this is Ollie's second international cap for Tunisia. It was also Ali Abdi who came off for Amin Ben Hamida, the 30-year-old who plays for the big club here in Tunisia, Esperance Tunis. This is his 11th international cap. And we also saw, of course, maybe one of their key players, Elias Saad, make his way off the pitch. Going on for him was Mohamed Belhaj Mahmoud, 25 years of age, plays his club football in Switzerland, signed for Lugano in a 561,000 deal. It is his 6th international appearance for Mahmoud. For Canada, they saw Derek Cornelius come on for Joel Waterman, who just picked up the yellow card. Derek Cornelius, who's currently in Scotland with Rangers on loan from the French side Marseille. 41st appearance for him. He hasn't been a regular starter for Danny Röhl's side. Daniel Jefferson this season has had a decent campaign with Preston North End, scoring 6 championship goals. He's currently on loan from the Premier League side Bournemouth. He came on for Tani Oluwaseyi. And then, as we said before, Jonathan Osorio, who's right at home here in BMO Field, being a Toronto player, on for his 89th international appearance, came on for the much more junior Nathan Dylan Saliba, as we're here in the 67th minute. It is Canada 0, Tunisia 0. There is potentially opportunity for Tunisia to break forward, though. Here is number 7, Khalil Ayari. He's just going to switch it out to the left flank now. Potential opportunity for them to break forward. And now it's in midfield position. Now Kone. Now Flores. Marcelo Flores. Goes to the left flank. Now dropping. It's going to be crossed in and will be booted away. It's going to come all the way back to Kamal Miller. Miller will give it to Jonathan Osorio, who's dropped deep to get on the ball here for Canada. Jesse Marsh on the edge of his dugout, shouting out instructions for his side. It's going to come all the way back. Now Flores to Ayari. Flores will take the throw. Just goes back. Perhaps the dominance that Canada had in the first half, we're not really seeing here in the second half. Still dominating the ball, though, against Sabri Lamouchi's side. Right, it's poked out to Sigur. Sigur will play it inside. They'll try and quickly play it, but there is Amin Ben Hamida who's in front of him, and they will just clear it away. Now Jonathan David on the ball. He can just play it to the edge of the box. Now it's Marcelo Flores dancing inside the box. Referee spotted it, but he said play on. He doesn't think that there's a foul there, so play will continue now. Here they are on it. All the way out to the left side. It's Canada who are keeping the pressure on. It's Jonathan Osorio. While Miller is seemingly switched places with Derek Cornelius gone on either side of the defence. Jonathan Osorio is fouled, so it will be a wide free kick opportunity for Jesse Marsh's team, who are preparing another substitute in this game. It's also Tunisia who are going to make a change. Rani Kadira, who plays his club football out in the Bundesliga with Union Berlin, will make his way off the pitch. And coming on for him is another man who plays out in the Bundesliga. Ismail Garbi currently plays with Augsburg on loan from the Portuguese side Braga. He's only played 91 minutes of Bundesliga action this season, though, is Ismail Garbi. He's made 5 appearances off the bench, yet to start for Augsburg. But he is on. So Sabri Lamouchi will be asking him for a bit of inspiration as we enter the final 20 minutes of this game. Still level between Canada and Tunisia. Still goalless between the two sides. Richie Laria with a foul out on that left flank. Canada come into this game 5 games unbeaten. They've been on a really good run. Came back from 2 goals down after a brace from Oskarsson just last week against Iceland. Will be a free kick for Tunisia to take, and Abdul Mahib Shamak is over the take for his side. So he's over to take the free kick. We'll just run out. We'll go all the way through, and Richie Laria is going to come over to take the throw. Still making fantastic noise. Oh, those Canadian supporters. A lot of seats have started to empty. I'm sure people have bought public transport home or made plans. I felt it was too late for the kids to come out because, of course, this game kicked off 90 minutes later than it should have done. Here is Tunisia on it. It's going to go inside. There's Malcone, who has made 28 appearances for Sassuolo this season, scored 5 goals. They'll be looking for a bit of inspiration, perhaps, from him. Rakik just going to run out, so it's going to be a throw now. Less than 20 minutes left to go in this game. Only big chance of the match has gone the way of the Tunisians, you've got to say, when they played it in behind for Anis Ben Slamani, but unfortunately it was sent back across, and it was well defended in the end. But now Daniel Jefferson's going to lay it off. Effort on the edge of the box. Will be blocked off and will go out for a throw. Sent back across. It was a fantastic opportunity there, but it will just hit a Canadian. And they've got an opportunity now to deliver in and put them under a little bit of pressure. So we're waiting for it to come in. It's on that near side. It's going to be headed away. Right to the edge of the box. Comes out to Shaqiri now. Scary. Cornelius, who fancied a free kick. The play has continued. Now out on that left side. Has he been brought down? No, the referee is going to book Liam Miller. He has deemed Liam Miller to have dived there. Jesse Marsh can't believe it. Liam Miller has stood up onto his feet, laughing in the face of the referee. And the Hull City attacker has been booked for simulation. Oh, it is a bit of a dive. I don't think it's enough. There is contact from behind by Khalil Ayori, who also dived about 10-15 minutes ago. There was a bit of a touch from behind by Liam Miller, so it's not, the worst thing that I've ever seen, but certainly you've got to say isn't a foul, and you've certainly got to say that the referee's made the correct decision, not giving a free kick at least. And there's now going to be a quadruple change for Jesse Marsh's team. Ali Ahmed is one of the players down there, getting ready to come on for his team. So there's a bit of a confusion down there because they aren't just coming on. Now potentially they are coming onto the pitch. So, first start for Canada. Marcelo Flores who previously has been capped for Mexico in friendlies, is going to come off, and coming on for him is a man that previously played in Canada with Vancouver Whitecaps before making the move to join Norwich City in a 1.7 million deal. Ali Ahmed is onto the pitch. We're also going to see the legendary winger Junior Hoylett coming on for his 69th international appearance. He plays out in England with Swindon Town, does Junior Hoylett, shall I say. He is onto the pitch. Here in the 76th minute as Jesse Marsh has decided to roll the dice and to bring more players on now. More players that he will be wanting to have a look at. So, Ali Ahmed is on. He's scored 1 goal in his 23 appearances. He'll just go all the way through. He'll run out for it will be a throw. And back on it. Ali Ahmed will be hoping to get on the ball and run at his opposition wingers and show plenty of pace and skill, which we know he is capable of. So, just trying to bring you confirmation of who those quadruple subs are, because of course they all happen at once and they can be difficult. So Liam Miller, who just picked up the yellow card, is one of the players who is being brought off. He has looked particularly dangerous, but Juno Heylett previously played for Blackburn Rovers, now with Swindon Town, managed by the legendary English manager of Ian Holloway. We've also seen the captain Jonathan David make his way off, and coming on for him was Jason Russell-Rowe. Jason Russell-Rowe, who has the number 13 shirt. He's 23 years of age and plays in Ligue 1 with Toulouse. Only made the 2 starts for Toulouse this season though. Joined them in a $2 million deal during the January transfer window from Columbus Crew, which explains why he hasn't played that much. He's only just joined in the recent window. He actually came through the academy here at Toronto before moving on to Columbus Crew, now playing his club football out in France with Toulouse. As I said, Marcelo Flores made his way off as the Norwich City winger Ali Ahmed came on, and he'll know one of the Tunisian players in Anis Ben Slamani. And we've also seen Jacquiel Marshall Ruti make his way onto the pitch, the 21-year-old. He plays his club football with New York Red Bulls. Just 21 years of age, and this is only his 2nd ever international appearance for Canada. His debut came on the 18th of January 2026, but Jacquiel Marshall Ruti has come on for Richie Laria. Into the final 10 minutes of this international friendly, still goalless between Canada and Tunisia in it. Let's be honest, it has been quite a disappointing game to watch, especially in the second half. First half was pretty good. 9 shots for Canada, 4 on target, 3 shots for Tunisia, 2 on target. Second half, we've seen 2 shots from Canada, 1 shot from Tunisia. Certainly hasn't got me jumping out of my seat, and we've played 35 minutes of action this second half. Very disappointing, I must say. So now Paul goes up towards Daniel Jebison. Jebison tries to hold on to it, but unable to. Now out to Ali Ahmed. Still attacking. It's Ahmed on the edge of the box. That's a striker goal. It's our first shot on target of this second half, but it is really comfortable for Shamak to get down low and make a comfortable save in the end. It was Ali Ahmed just dancing down the left-hand side. Say it was very comfortable in the end for the goalkeeper Shamak to go down and collect. Now potentially an opportunity as it comes into Ismail Kone from distance with the effort, but once again that will just comfortably end up in the hands of the goalkeeper. He can pick it up and then he will roll it out. I think that there's going to have to be a goal of the highest order here, you'd have thought. So now Coney can play it out to Russell Lowe. It's an opportunity now, level with the 18-yard box. Now inside, sends it across, but it's only into the hands of Shamak, and that is comfortable for the goalkeeper to catch. Shamak just getting there, not under any trouble. And quickly pick up the ball. And now we'll just roll it out. It's going to be sent forward by Omar Rakik. Still having a look at his team is the manager Sabri Lamouchi. It's all kicking off down there as Ali Ahmed is caught. Referee blowing his whistle on a couple of occasions just to calm things down. It's going to be a free kick. They'll just take it quickly. Now Amadou just plays it inside. Now dropping deep to get on the ball. Gets it from Jonathan Osorio. Now Ahmed to Ismail Kone. Now Russell Lowe just tries to return the favour and dink it forward. It'll be blocked off by Tunisia. It'll be a little bit more precise as Russell Lowe, and the ball came into him. A bit of space to do something there, and just wasn't quick enough on the ball. Jonathan Osorio on the ball in the midfield. Plays it across. It's one back. Now it's an opportunity. Turnover and Nico Segura loses it. Now there's an opportunity for Tunisia. Down the left side of the box. Going to go all the way across, but no one is there and can only play it into the path of Jonathan Osorio. He's going to try and clear it away for his team. Got down the left hand side and there was potentially a tap in. It was number 26 for Tunisia. He picked up the ball, did Sebastian Tanek. He did really well. Pulled it back, but there was no Tunisian player. I think he was hoping that Anis Ben Slamani would be waiting in the middle, but he wasn't. And he wasn't there to prod home for his team. Ball out on the right flank, go all down the right side, and it will just trouble out of play. And it will be a goal kick which Chamak can take. At the moment, you do feel like they are probably happy with the way the game is going. We're going to see another substitute, this time for Tunisia. And it is going to see number 18, Ala Grams, who came in for just his 7th start today. Could be a couple of substitutes actually looking at it right now. Rani Kadira made his way off already for Ismail Garbi. Firas Shawat is the man who is going to come on. Firas Shawat, who is a striker. He is 29 years of age, plays his club football with Club Africain. He is onto the pitch. Signed for £200,000 from Étoile Sportive de Sahel. He's on for his 27th international appearance for Tunisia. We'll be up to date with the other substitutes when we get the opportunity. I remember the name Firas Shawat because he scored the goal against Mali when they drew and it eventually went to penalties, and then they lost in the knockout stage of the Africa Cup of Nations. So Firas Shawat making his way onto the pitch here for Tunisia. I'll bring you confirmation of those other substitutes when we get it. Daniel Jefferson was just surging forward for Canada, but he dribbled into a bad area. He was just trying to get down the right side and fired across the goalkeeper. It's Miller to Ali Ahmed. Plays it back across. We've got it in the midfield. Now back across to Ahmed. Now out to the left side. So again, the referee is waving away potential penalty calls down there. Straight away, he was pretty adamant, waving his hands, saying no, absolutely not. Shawat onto the pitch now. And he's just shoved down onto the pitch. Another penalty kick, apparently. So, held back up onto his feet is Omar Rakik. Once again, Jesse Marsh speaking to the fourth official and not happy about something, shaking his head. We're in the 88th minute of this game now between Canada and Tunisia. So Liam Miller did the best defensive play of this game. It was a last-ditch block clearance by him as the ball was played centrally towards Anis Ben Slimani. He just had an open goal to put the ball into the back of the net, and as I say, there was he to block it off. Incredible defending. Last ditch. Canada, can they do something? Just to fashion a last opportunity here. Last minute of normal time of this game. Here right now. They're on it. To Junior Hoylett. Hoylett unable to hold on to it. Now it's Jonathan Osorio in the midfield. Back into Hoylett. Got a fire across goal, and there is Tunisia. Once again with their defender able to block it off. Excellent defending down there. Real brave defending. Getting the body across and able to block it off. Certainly was impressive. Junior Hoylett, who gets on the ball and just drives the opposition. So we're waiting for a corner to come in. We're soon to find out how much additional time we've got left to play, in fact. Delivery will come in all the way towards the near post. It will be headed away. Into just 2 minutes of additional time at the end of this game. Ball across. There is Mahmoud. 90 seconds of added time left to go. One ball goes up towards Fira Shawat. Shawat unable to get there. So it's not been good enough in this second half of Canada. They were really good in that first half. Yeah, they've edged it in total. 6 shots on target compared to just the 2 on target for Tunisia. Certainly more entertaining than that absolutely dreadful game I watched the last time I commentated on Canada and Colombia when it was 0-0 and there was 10 shots in the entire game. 4 shots from Canada, 6 shots from Colombia. There was 1 shot in the entire first half of that game. It was a dreadful, dreadful game. Junior Hilert with the foul as Tunisia were just breaking forward there. So he goes into the referee's notepad. It does look like it's going to be 6 games unbeaten for Jesse Marsh's side. They've got 1 more international warm-up game on 2nd of June as they host Uzbekistan before they host Bosnia and Herzegovina, Qatar and Switzerland in Group B. They'll play in the 3rd game. Mexico are in a group alongside South Africa, South Korea and Czechia. The ball is delivered in, it'll be headed away. Now an opportunity perhaps for Canada to break forward. Cut out by Chawat. Carry on with it. Referee's allowing play to go on even though we're over the additional time. Nope, he'll end it there. And disappointingly, after we had to wait 90 minutes for the fixture, it finishes goalless between Canada and Tunisia.